Alright, game changers, welcome back to another video here today. My freaking goodness, people are really up in flames about doors in Call of Duty. Why are you so worried about doors? Doors are not that big of a deal. Why are you complaining about doors in Call of Duty? You must have a skill issue. These are some of the comments that I got in my last video. I did not imagine that people would defend having doors in Call of Duty and that they wouldn't be a problem. I thought people would not like doors or would share the same views that I would, but apparently, and don't get me wrong, there are people of course that do agree with me, but my goodness, I didn't expect to see so many people in disagreement about doors being in Call of Duty and going as far as saying that they are not any problem in Call of Duty, like at all. And I'm the one with the issue. You just can't make this up. In fact, better yet, let me actually read some of the responses that I got. One person said, it's a door. Simple as that. Another guy says, wah wah mall. Another guy said, I'm not complaining, and then continues to complain regarding me and my commentary about it. And another guy said, doors? Man, if you ain't complaining about hacking, then you must be a user. Another guy said, boo-hoo, nothing wrong with doors. And then another guy says, bro, just open the doors. And then somebody else said, doors? And then puts the laughing emoji. And then somebody else said, not liking doors is a skill issue. These are just a few of the comments that I got on my video that were just like, wow, I can't believe some people out there actually enjoy getting camped on and don't think that doors are a problem, where people get set up, claymores, bouncing betties, where campers can get perfectly set up on these unsuspecting people who are opening these doors and taking full advantage of these unsuspecting players who are thinking that everything is okay and we'll just bust through them like no problem and they don't impede the flow of the gameplay or anything like that. Like, it's actually mind-boggling to me. And although I am not somebody who particularly camps very much, or that's not my particular play style or my preference in play style, I have done it a lot of times recently because the game wants you to adapt. And a lot of people actually say that bro, just adapt. And so that's exactly what I do. Again, my preference in playstyle, the way that I enjoy playing Call of Duty, especially back in the day, is to rush. I love rushing, I love constantly moving, but oftentimes with these latest Call of Duties, especially the Modern Warfare series, it forces you to slow your game down and play a lot more tactically than you used to before. And so that's exactly what I've been doing. And I've been using tactics that make people rage. So that way I can exploit the way that Modern Warfare or Call of Duty wants us to play. So that way when people get mad, all I can say is, bro, I'm adapting. And then again, for those people who tell me to adapt, these are the exact same people who will say, why are you camping, bro? Why are you in that room? Get out of the room. Move a little. Don't just play like that. You enjoy sitting in a corner the whole time? These are the exact same people who complain to me about camping. And then when I go to tell them that, look, this is the way the game wants us to play, they will say, stop doing that. So it's very hypocritical to me to see these comments on my last video where I'm talking about doors being a problem because it promotes camping. And then these same exact people, when I go to explain to them that this is what I'm doing because the game has forced us to do it, they say, no, you shouldn't do that. So it's very funny to me that people make these excuses for the game. So again, in this video, I'm gonna go over a few more things or reasons why doors are bad in Call of Duty, okay? Whether you agree with me or not, let me know, but please at all times be respectful, as I always encourage respect on this channel as much as possible. And please show respect to each other in the comments. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing, but do it in a very respectful manner. That's all I ask. Okay, here we go. Anyways, a few reasons why doors are considered bad in Call of Duty. Number one, they encourage camping. That's the most obvious thing, right? Because doors provide a safe space for players to camp, as they can hear enemies coming through the door and have time to prepare. This makes the game less fast-paced and exciting, as players are more likely to be hiding indoors than moving around the map, and they slow down the pace of the game. Opening and closing doors takes time, which can disrupt the flow of the game. This can be especially frustrating for objective-based modes where players need to move quickly to complete the objective. And again, they can be used to create unfair advantages. Players can camp behind these closed doors or even like in a corner next to the closed door and shoot at enemies through the cracks, giving them an unfair advantage. And this can be especially frustrating for other players when that player behind the door is using a sniper rifle or a one-shot weapon where they can easily pick off enemies from a distance without being seen. And another thing is they break immersion. Doors are not realistic in a fast-paced shooter game. You might be saying, but GCP, aren't doors realistic in any war game? Yes, that makes sense, but guess what? We're not going for realism in an arcade shooter. That's not what this is about. This is not where Call of Duty made its money, and this is not where Call of Duty was considered fun and the most popular first-person shooter out there because of the realism, okay? If it was realistic, I don't think it would be as popular. In real life, doors would be constantly opening and closing, but in Call of Duty, they often stay closed for long periods of time, and this can break that immersion of the game and make it feel less realistic. Now, I guess some of the people who are arguing in favor of doors are saying that it's a positive thing because doors add a layer of strategy to the game as players need to decide when to open and close doors in order to gain an advantage. Additionally, they also argue that doors can help to create a more suspenseful and intense moment as players never know when an enemy might be hiding behind the door, which again, in my opinion, is kind of a dumb reason, but to each their own. Now, if you were to ask me about some things that would be possible solutions to these problems, is first and foremost, just get rid of the doors. That's the most obvious thing. Not having doors in Call of Duty would be the best possible thing that they could do. But if they must have doors in the game, at least make the doors destructible, because this would allow the players to destroy doors that are being camped or to create new openings in the map. I think that would be pretty cool. Another thing is to make doors open and close more quickly, and this would reduce the amount of time that players have to spend opening and closing doors. Would help to keep the pace of the game moving. Another thing to consider is possibly making these doors more transparent. This would allow players to see what is on the other side of the door without having to open it, and this would reduce the element of surprise that doors can provide the campers, so that way they don't get killed and then they don't start raging. I think these are just the possible solutions that I could find to this problem if you must have doors in the game. But of course, the best possible thing that you can do is just to exclude them altogether. But as always, you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I'm gonna let the rest of the gameplay play out, so feel free to stay till the end. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a video. Now, with that being said, this is GCP signing off.
I'm reloading! Friendly counter UAV on station.
Your 6.